This is a 1960 Triumph TR3A in pale yellow. It's a straight 4-cylinder, 100 horsepower engine and does 0 to 60 in 12 seconds. It sits 5 inches off the ground and is only 46 inches tall. This is a fun car to drive. This episode I'm with Ryan. Ryan and his wife Natalie are from Georgia, and they relocated to the Triangle through Ryan's work. I'm Justin Burleson, and this is Relocators Riding with Realtors in the Triangle. You and Natalie are from the Atlanta area, right?
Yep, a little south of Atlanta, small town, Noonan, Georgia. We moved up here at the beginning of 2013, and loved it ever since. Couldn't imagine living anywhere else. I would not go back to Georgia.
Hey, you moved here for a job? You got transferred, or
I did. Got transferred. I was actually living in Savannah at the time, and got transferred in February of 2013. And I've been here ever since. Lived in the Raleigh area, and then we bought up in Wake Forest, in the Traditions neighborhood, obviously. So
what do you and Natalie do for a living?
So I'm in medical device sales. Been doing that for a while. Natalie works for a dental office just around the corner from our house.
Nice. Medical device sales is probably a booming industry in this area with so many hospitals and doctors' offices.
Very good point. Yeah, and a lot of hospitals, a lot of, but it being the research triangle, there's a lot of academic hospitals, a lot of, a few medical schools and around the area. So, yeah, it's definitely a good area for that, and it seems to be only growing.
Oh yeah. Is there any part of the Atlanta area or Georgia area that kind of that this place reminds you of, just for the people who live down that way, that they can kind of compare?
Yeah, I similar to the town I grew up in, really. It's kind of a bedroom community feel, smaller town. It's probably Wake Forest and Noonan are probably similar size, in terms of size, population. Not too busy. It's kind of relaxed. This is definitely nicer. It's a little more updated than where I grew up, and yeah, I would just say overall, just a nicer area. Again, we couldn't imagine really living anywhere else. It's perfect for us. Great.
What areas were you considering other than Raleigh?
We had kind of considered Durham. We didn't. We looked a little bit in Chapel Hill, maybe a couple places in Durham, but we wanted to be close to Raleigh, which is really just a straight shot down the road, and easy to get to if you want to do, shopping or have your nightlife on a weekend night. It's really easy to get to, so it was good to be in that proximity to Raleigh as well. So,
gotcha.
Well, we really wanted to obviously find something that was within our price range, and we were looking in either North Raleigh or up this way, and we had driven through the neighborhood as it was first being built for quite a while, and we really liked it. We liked the few houses that were up, and we really could see ourselves moving in there. It seemed very family friendly, just a nice area, just a good atmosphere, a good feel. Still kind of had that small town feel, and it was very affordable. The affordability was a big thing. You could get a good amount of square footage for the price up in this area outside of the Raleigh Beltline, and it was just, we really fell in love with it. Is the only way to describe it. I mean, we kind of fell in love with it from the beginning. The houses are really nice. They're well built. They're within that the price range for us. And so we were more than happy.
You reached out to me through a mutual friend of ours.
Yeah.
It was 2013-ish, something like that.
It was. I think kind of halfway through 2013, we were looking to buy. I really think you went above and beyond anybody else, because we had kind of talked to a couple other realtors before. Got shown some houses from them, and just didn't really connect with them as well. Is the only way I can describe it, really. But you kind of, you seem more interested in helping us than any of the other 2 or 3 realtors that we worked with in the beginning. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, she kind of, did the contract for us in a way, if you will, and just made sure we understood everything. Which it's, you can do your own due diligence, but there's somebody that's not a realtor or familiar with the process. We were first-time home buyers. There's a lot of stuff that is information that's foreign to us.
Right.
Some of the legal stuff and a lot of things embedded in the contract that you really clarify and were able to speak on. Our terms that made sense to us. So that's one thing I noticed.
I try very hard to make sure that you understand what you're signing before you sign it.
Yeah,
because I don't want any surprises. Neither do you, obviously. Because I act like your money is my money. If I wouldn't want to spend money to get into a house with a lot of questions, then I don't want you to.
Yeah.
And even if you choose to do it, at least you'll know where I stand. What my opinion is, because I don't hold my opinion back. I always act like the devil's advocate, and I want to bring in as many different viewpoints as possible so that we can make an educated decision on whether we want to move forward on a house or a contract or not.
Yeah, and that's the that's the exact feel that we got on it, like you just described.
You bought a new construction house that basically was done already, or it was very close to being done, and you were one of the first houses in the neighborhood. Not one of the first, but you were one of the early houses in the neighborhood, which has become a lot bigger since then.
Correct. Yeah.
What are some of the stats on the house? How big of it? How big is it? And
we're about 2,100 square feet. We haven't really done any, for us it's perfect for the 3 of us and Zoe, our Great Dane. It's really the perfect size. We have enough room and it's not cramped, for our current situation. It's plenty of house.
Yeah.
And we got it for a great price, to be honest. We got a really good deal on the house, and put a pergola on the back porch, which I feel is really kind of, it's added a little accent to the house.
Sure.
But other than that, we haven't felt the need to expand or anything like that. So yeah, it is new construction. I think it had been finished 6 months. I think it got built 6 months before we actually moved in the house. And it's just, we actually haven't had to, a lot of houses, they come with, or a lot of builders, I should say, just that I've heard from other people and just through experience, they give you, the builder gives you, I don't know the general tip, maybe like 30 days or a few months of a warranty. They'll come back in and fix nail pops and various things that just, might go wrong with the house initially, and we haven't had to do. We haven't had to call anybody back in for a fix of any kind.
Nice.
Or for any nail pops. So it was obviously quality build, and they, So that's a good thing.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. And your neighborhood has a community pool.
Yeah, they finished the community pool a few months after we moved in, and that's a big hit. Yeah. There's it's very kid-friendly too. There's a whole section dedicated to kids. There's like a mushroom waterfall thing, the pool with like the 6 dumping buckets and sequence. It's really nice. Yeah, that is definitely a hub of the neighborhood during the summer months. There are dozens of kids that are Cohen's age or maybe a little older. There is, I mean, every single day I look outside, there are kids down the street skateboarding and riding on their Razor scooters, and it's just, I mean, it's the perfect picture of family-friendly, close-knit community. All the neighbors know each other. I mean, I actually couldn't imagine it would be so close-knit in our neighborhood. Everybody knows each other, and we're actually all really close, and I've made genuinely like really good, probably lifelong friends already, as crazy as it sounds, with a couple of the guys in the neighborhood. We mountain bike together, and like on holidays, you know, our parents are in Georgia, so my wife and I's parents are back home in Georgia, and we'll go over to our neighbor's house for Thanksgiving or Christmas, whichever holiday. We don't go back down to Georgia, because we only usually go one of the two, you know, just because it's a decent drive. So we'll stay home for either Thanksgiving or Christmas, and we'll go to our neighbor's house, and they'll have like 15 or 20 of the other neighbors there to eat dinner, Thanksgiving dinner. I love that. It's awesome. Yeah. There's
lots of grocery stores and restaurants around as well.
Yeah. Right across the street, there's a complex with Lowe's Foods, a good grocery store, a few restaurants, kind of varying and, you know, price level, I guess. So yeah, there's a dry cleaners, little area that you can kind of get, you know, most of your chores done, maybe, stuff that you need to do.
All right.
Yeah. And you could actually ride your bike to that also, if you had to. It's really close.
You guys have any favorite restaurants or places to go out to?
Yeah, there's a restaurant down in, and this is a good thing too. The nicer, you know, or some of the restaurants, I shouldn't say nicer, but there's a few restaurants that we were used to going to when we lived in Raleigh. Inside the Beltline. Restaurant called Sitti. It's Sitti. It's a Mediterranean restaurant that is excellent. And the good thing too is it's so close. I mean, we're out of Raleigh, but we're really not. I mean, it's just, you know, a handful of miles down the road. You can get there pretty quickly on a Friday night and go grab a nice dinner and some drinks. Yeah. The chef down there, Jay Garlington, is excellent. He is a top-notch chef, and we've gotten to be actually pretty good friends, so we try to go to his, you know, restaurant down there a good bit.
Cool.
But yeah, and there's a lot of great restaurants in Wake Forest also. Farm Table is actually right across the street from the neighborhood. You know, apparently, you know, they source all their meat from North Carolina farms, and you know, it's healthy food, but I mean, it's, you know, it's really good. They do a good job over there too. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of farm to table restaurants around here. That's really impressive.
Yeah, seems to be the thing around here now, because yeah, there are quite a lot of them.
That's another good thing about this area is, you know, there's a lot of industry, but there are a lot of farms too. And,
yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
So you got wineries and dairy and poultry farms, and you've got actual like vegetable farms as well. And so the food and the farmers markets are all like super fresh, and it really makes it fun to have to choose a place to go to dinner, because there's so many good options.
Right. And just down the road, actually, a guy in Traditions, a friend of mine, neighbor of ours, a few houses down, just opened up a meat shop, Southern Craft Butchers. It's right down the road. They opened a few months ago, and they do the same thing. They source all their meat, all their steaks, chicken, and pork from North Carolina farms. So, and it is excellent. They have subs you can actually get there on the spot, Philly cheesesteaks with like fresh cuts of the beef that he marinates and cooks for hours, and it's excellent. It's really good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What activities do you enjoy doing on the weekend? Things like that.
Yeah, so there's a gym close by that Natalie goes to. She's pretty religious about that. I mountain bike probably 4 or 5 times a week. That's my main hobby, and the big selling point too is the reservoir trail that's right next to the neighborhood, and there's about 8 miles of single track that runs around it. It's awesome trail. It's completely covered by trees. It's truly a real nature feel. It doesn't feel like you're right outside of a neighborhood, and it's a great place to mountain bike. And I'm out there really 4 or 5 times a week. It's nice. It was a big selling point, and good element of the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot. It's very friendly to people who are active, like to run, hike, cycle. Yeah, there's no shortage of it